Hey everyone! It's that time again. Time to make another duck. Today we're going to start off with a Lucifer duck. This is going to complete our collection of the family from Hazbin. Since we did Lilith and we did Charlie, it only makes sense that we do Lucifer next. I'm gonna start out with the trusty clay, the air dry clay, and I'm going to start with this diamond type shape and just start sculpting his hair. He has a widow's peak, so I'm gonna make sure that that's prominent in the duck as well. I will go ahead and make more snake-like pieces to put next to the hair and keep filling all the hair in, including his cute little sideburns. And here we are going to be interrupted by my cat. Say hi, Beastie. Next, I'm going to start sculpting his hat, and I'm going to do that by making a cylinder shape. I have rolled out a snake-like piece of clay to make the snake that goes around his hat, and then I'm going to make a circle and flatten it to be the brim of the hat. I'm going to use my scissors to cut out a piece that looks like his crown, and then I'm going to put that onto the hat. I'm using a sculpting tool because these things are just too small for me to get in those tiny crevices. I'll wrap the snake around the hat, and then I'm going to also make his apple that he has in his hat, but I'm just going to make it a circle because that is too small and too tiny of a detail for me to be sculpting right now. I'm making sure that the hat is the right size for the duck, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to put an indent in the bottom of the hat so it sits better on his head. Next, I'm going to make this rectangle shape, and it's going to be the collar for his jacket. I don't know the size, so I'm going to put it on him and cut it into its shape while it's on him. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and cut out some pieces for the collar of his front jacket and stick those on. I like to make their bows by making 4 circles and making them into teardrop shapes, and when you stick them all together, it looks like a really cute bow. This is our cute little Lucifer. He's all sculpted, so now we're going to move on and paint him all white. This is so that way when I move to the color stage, everything's going to be more opaque than if I were to paint it on the colors of the duck itself. We're going to start off by painting his hair yellow, now that he's all painted. For some reason, Lucifer's snake and his crown are also yellow. So I'm gonna paint those yellow, but I'm gonna go back in on the snake and make it gold. In some of his pictures, the snake is gold. I don't know why the crown isn't gold and the snake isn't yellow, but you know, we're just doing what we're told. I'm going to paint this apple that is clearly an apple and not a circle. I'm going to paint it red. Now I'm going to go paint the strip on his hat, but I did not like this color when I saw it on the duck, so I will remix that later and come back to that. For now, though, I'm going to go back with that apple red and do the inside of his jacket with the red. I'll make sure to touch up any spots later, and I'm also going to do the underside of his hat red as well. gonna go back and try to do that ring around his hat red. Now that I like the red color, even though it looks the exact same as the one that was already there, I promise I did change it. His jacket has some red lines on it on the edges, so I'm gonna go ahead and paint those in as well. Now, Lucifer has some purple eyeshadow, so I'm going to try and recreate that by using the dotting tool to make a bigger purple circle, and I'll do his eyes later on top of that. Of course, I have to add his... I'm gonna go ahead and do his red cheeks. And then this next part was out of the frame a little bit, but I'm going to add the pink stripes to his shirt. I'm gonna paint his beak orange out of focus. And then I'm gonna go ahead, now that the purple eyeshadow is dry, I'm gonna dab those eyes on with the dotting tool. And I think it does a pretty good job of looking like purple eyeshadow behind his eyes. I'm going to go ahead and paint the bow black. Here's me adding the gold onto that snake like I said I would do earlier. He has red cuffs on the bottom of his jacket, so I'm gonna add those on the feathers of this duck. And then he has these front details that I'm gonna add. I think it's a chain and some gold buttons. is our cute little Lucifer duck, except I do need to add some eyebrows. I ended up doing thicker eyebrows than my last two. Before I used a toothpick, and now I am using the dotting tool on the smallest one that I have. And I wanted to do his little mischievous face that he does, so I did one eyebrow going up and then one going down. Well, I think he looks pretty cute. And now we have the whole family. We do have Charlie and we do have Lilith. So those are my 3 big ducks. Well, normal sized ducks. The rest of them are all smaller, and I think we'll start with Husk next.